Hey, this is Mental One here. I'm going to be showing you guys going over a build order of, I guess you can call it a 5-gate fast expand or something like along those lines. But I saw this build kind of strategy really more like done by EGIncontrol. I'm sure it has some roots somewhere in like the GSL or something like that, but I don't know what that is. I never actually looked up the build order exactly, but I kind of fiddled with it and I figured out basically what you do. And so it's not like it's going to be too far from what the pro who made it would be doing. So so far I've got my 9 pylon, my 13 gas. This is actually one of the first times that I do this build. So if I make some mistakes, I'll point them out, or try to at least. And I'll put the corrected build order in the description. I'm going to be looking over 3 different games. That way I can go over different situations. It's really more like a strategy than a build order. Notice that I'm only getting 1 gas, and on 22 supply-ish, I should be getting a pylon, actually, not... Oh well, guess I'm just gonna get supply blocks. Yeah, I'm supposed to get that pylon over here, that way you can warp into your natural. No big deal, though. I know he's going for a 1-rax expand with gasless, so I'm only gonna get 1 Stalker. I see people... A lot of people, like pros, don't really do that. They either go for like a weird 20-gate thing where like their warp tech research is delayed, and people do some weird stuff with that. I just like getting 1 zealot, 1 stalker. Actually, I didn't even get a stalker, did I? Oh no, I did. Got my stalker, and then I get a sentry here because I need these extra money for my 2 extra gates. Basically, so far, it's been completely standard, usual 1-gate expand followed by 2 more gates. That's basically what you do. You should be doing most of the time against Terran, unless you're going for like that sauce build or something like that. I get this kill on this SCV, which makes me very happy. But the difference is that I don't get this gas. I get my pylon. I actually got it a little bit early this game. You don't need to get it that early. And then instead of getting like more workers or something, I just go 2 more gateways immediately. So now I have 5 gates as my cybernetics core finishes its warp tech. I have a sentry, a stalker, and a zealot. I tried to do pressure at the front, didn't work because I was too slow. I was too busy chasing around that SCV. This is all off of 1 gas. And I have this up. Big mistake I made this game, because this was like one of my first times doing this. I didn't actually have a proxy pylon up. I recommend getting that, instead of this pylon here where I got like a 29-30 supply, I recommend sending out your probe right after you get this nexus and then just building a pylon over here, proxy somewhere. So you can just immediately warp in. He sees me over here, I lose a sentry, a stalker, and some health on a zealot. And he knows now that I'm doing something, so he's going to bring out the SCVs. I don't remember if I actually bust in with this. I guess I do. Well, maybe not. No, I got him. Alright, well, in this game, I guess I just took him out. And then I took out these 3 supply evos, and he was just really screwed up. This is what happens with this build a lot of times, is you just take out the natural if they're not prepared, and you can just basically win from there doing whatever you want. But the nice thing about this build, if you check out the income tab, I have 44 harvesters. That's actually not as... I should have more than that. And I have an expansion. That's pretty awesome, right? I mean, you immediately go up to 3 base after this very heavy pressure, and you have way higher harvesters. He usually should have like 40 or something, even if you don't kill a single one. And you get your gases in a timely manner. I actually don't need this gas yet. You get down your upgrades, you get your Twilight Tech, as you'll see. And then from there, it's easy peasy sailing. Actually, don't think I get my upgrades in this game. You don't really need to if you take out their thing. Still, upgrades are nice. I actually go for the forges before my Twilight Council these days. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it works for me. Oh, never mind, I did get my forges. And here does some harass. But it doesn't really matter at this point. He's so far behind. Unless he does some crazy micro tricks, he's not going to be able to pull this game out. I already have Templars in my main and natural. So if he tries to drop, I can speed back his medevacs. And then eventually he just goes out, tries to push in, and I take him out. And because I want to get through all these other games relatively quickly, I'm not going to go into too much detail yet. But I mean, really, it's just such a simple build order. It's not like there's much to say. It's just, that's why I liked it so much. When I saw it, I immediately fell in love, because it was just, wow, this is just, all he did was add on 2 more gates and not get the gas, and he just only was on 1 gas. That's all you do, and all of a sudden you have all this money, and you have all this, okay, I think StarCraft just restarted. I don't know if you got any of that other info, so I'm going to say it again later, after I stop recording. Okay, I'm back again. I don't know when I got cut off there, with my last part I was recording of this video, but if you didn't get it, basically what I was saying was this is just a really interesting build, because you can immediately, it's basically just the standard style of Protoss versus Terran, but all you change is you don't get one of your gases, you build a couple more pylons, you build a proxy pylon or 2, and suddenly you have this extremely powerful offense as well as a third base, and the potential to tech up immediately to High Templar, and I think that's really cool. This game I'm actually going to be doing something, well, I'm doing the same strategy, but I just want to show you guys how to hold off pressure just with a regular 1 gate, really, because it's really all that it is until, because this build is so, like, not even a build, it's a strategy, really, which I love. I just get my gas, just like a standard, opening, and then I see his gas, and I think, oh, okay, he could be going for 1-1-1 right now. He could be going for Rax pressure, which he actually is going for Rax pressure in this game. So I just have to go into a regular 1 gate expand that, creator style, old school, not even that old actually, a pretty old school build. And I can immediately do it with no consequences. It's just immediately the exact same thing. Even if I was opening with a completely different strategy, it would be the same, if I was going with the creator style, because it's just so perfect. I love this build. I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it the best, I'm not articulating myself, but basically I get the advantage of being able to expand timely manner, just like a regular 1 gate expand, except I also could have gone for my 5 gate pressure, although this game I don't until after I hold off his pressure, because you don't want to be safe. He's going for 2 racks pressure. I think this is kind of stupid, to be honest. I think if you're going to go for racks pressure, you should probably go for 3 racks, because there's just no reason to not. And the way to hold off racks pressure like this is, first off, don't lose any units when you go into poke into his base. I lost a zealot, that's not smart. Then you have to determine whether or not it's a 2 racks, a 3 racks, or 1 racks, or whatever it is. If it's a 3 racks, you're going to be pulling off all your workers and just killing everything as soon as you can. This is only 2 racks, I can tell it's pretty light pressure, so I'm not going to pull off any workers or anything. But the most important thing, whenever, no matter what race you are, no matter what everything, you always got to kill these bunkers before anything. That's the basic bread and butter of holding off a Terran barracks attack. So I kill off the SCVs and focus them down. Everything else is just, getting cleaned up. I have 3 gateways, it's no problem. I chrono boosted them out. My income tab, I'm way ahead now, because I didn't lose any workers. And then I can just go for that 5 gate pressure. Once again, although this time I have 2 gas, so it's basically just going to be, at this point I could really do whatever I want. I could expand, I could tech really hard and go for a big tech push, but instead I just go for the end the game quickly option with tons of sentries, and there's just nothing you can do. And I'm going to come back. Next game I'm going to show you is also against the same opponent. It's right after this game, but I actually get to pull off the 5 gate pressure. Okay, this is going to be the final video for this build order kind of, I don't know what to call it, video, I guess, just build order video, whatever, instructional tape, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to go over into the very details of what I actually do. I'll put that in the description too, but I just want to kind of explain what's going on with it. And I'll show you the follow-up. In this game, I go for the 5 gate pressure, but he deflects it because he knows that I like that gateway pressure now. This is the second time I played this guy on the ladder. It was just random. But since the second time I'm playing him, he's gonna know. Okay, he's gonna be able to hold off my Rax pressure, so I'm just gonna go for 1 gate expand. So he's going for 1 gate expand or 1 Rax, and I know that he actually hasn't seen my 5 gate pressure. He's only seen my 5 gate pressure after a 3 gate expand. So I think that maybe I have a chance of breaking in. If not, then I still think that's a good build, even if you don't break in. Get my cybernetics core on 18, you know, standard stuff. 19 supply, I get my zealot. Then at 22, I like to get my pylon right there, maybe right there. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I can't still it right there. Just because, in case you do get racks pressured, it's nice to be able to warp in zealots like right here, in case something is happening, and then when they're moving back, you can intercept them. It's just good to be prudent. And I actually go for 27 supply nexus. I think that's much better than 26 supply. I did the math a little bit, and it's just a lot better economically. Even though your nexus is slightly slower, actually the nexus is quicker because of the chrono boost timings that I did, which is always nice when your chrono boost just kind of aligns that way, and you end up doing really well. This game, he did get a lot of Marines. I don't know why I couldn't bust in with that. Usually you can bust in with your first zealot and kind of just kill some Marines. I did some bad micro here, and oh, never mind, I actually did kill both Marines, but I took some damage on that Stalker. I really shouldn't have. Oh, dang it. Do I want to go back and show you guys this? Nah, it's not important. Basically, I just got my gateways and just immediately started producing probes again. Although I have a ton of chrono boost right now. So I'm just going to be spending a lot of chrono boost on probes now because I saved so much up. And once again, these gateways are not coming like with your warp tech. Usually you want to have gateways finishing with warp tech, but with this build you don't want that. And as you'll notice, I got my proxy pylon up. Right after I built my nexus, I just kind of went up, and I think this was my... Actually, I think I might have messed this build up on this game, but where I didn't get my pylon up right at the right time. But whatever, it's not a huge deal. I got it up eventually, and that's what matters. And don't want him to see these 5 gateways, so I go in and kill this SCV. He probably shouldn't have let that happen. And then I'm making more units. I have 60 potential supply now, and then I go up to 68. You don't want to be capped at 60 supply with this build, because it kind of screws you up. But you also don't want to get that pylon too early. If you get up to 68 supply too early, you can't get these warp-ins at the proper time, and you end up with not as many units. So in both situations, it's bad. In the actual build order description I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. And I move in kind of early with this one. This is because I saw that he had 3 bunkers, I think. I think it's why I moved in, or I was just being stupid. But I moved in early, and I saw that he had these bunkers up, so I wanted to try to catch him off guard and make him pull these SCVs. Right now he has 10 SCVs, just not working, they're not mining. Don't listen to that. And look at them, they're just standing there. He can't move these SCVs away. And then now he starts building supply depots. This is really smart. You're supposed to have supply depots in front so that your bunkers can't get targeted. But he moves away his SCVs. You're not supposed to do that. So I just come back in and I'm like, alright, screw it. If you're going to move away your SCVs, I'm going to do some damage. So I come in and I'm able to kill a few workers. I kill some of his army. Units killed. So this is what I killed. Okay. Alright. So I killed 6 workers and a bunch of units. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big advantage. And now the worker advantage is hugely in my favor. This is because he had to pull off those 10 SCVs, which took him a lot of minerals, really delayed his tech. As you'll notice, his starport is just now starting. He lost those supply depots, which he invested in. He lost a lot of these units, which he invested in. And I also killed 6 of his workers. So that just like put him so far behind, even though I didn't even successfully bust in. All I did was just go in and attack him. So then I immediately put down my nexus. If you don't feel comfortable expanding, don't. It's way better to just wait on this nexus than it is to just throw it down when you're not comfortable. I'm comfortable in this game because I killed a lot of his units, and I know his tech is going to be delayed. So I don't really care about, I can defend this expansion, I think. So I feel confident expanding, I'm okay with it. But just to be safe, I actually warp in Stalkers here. That's a result of getting this nexus immediately afterwards. I don't think these Stalkers they weren't necessary in this game. I think it would have been better if I delayed this nexus maybe until like 940, 950, like where I am right now, rather than getting these Stalkers, because these Stalkers are gas, and I only have 1 gas going right now, so building anything gas intensive is really draining on your economy at this point in this game. So I'd rather have put down these forges and then immediately put down a Twilight Council, whereas instead I put down this Twilight Council like 25 seconds later than I could have. Could have had my charge up quicker, and every second matters when you're doing that charge, and then I have to wait for the second upgrade. It's annoying dealing with that. I don't think that these Stalkers ended up proving their worth. I could have just put Zealots up here. You don't need to have Stalkers up there, especially when it's only 3. 3 Stalkers can't focus down a medevac before it drops off its units anyway, so Stalkers was not a good choice. But in any case, I'm now up to 17, 15-ish Harvester advantage. I'm building down some cannons in my 3rd because I'm afraid that he's just going to pull off a drop there, a drop here, and push in through here. If they do that, that could be very frustrating if you don't have like defense or insane micro. He's moving out. He showed me his medevacs. Probably wasn't smart, but I knew they were on their way anyway. At this point, it's okay to work in Stalkers. Because now that I have like 6 Stalkers, that's where you can start focusing down medevacs and stuff. That's where Stalkers become useful. But you don't want to be making Stalkers right after you only have 1 gas and after you like push in. He should be salvaging these bunkers, by the way, but he doesn't. So I have 6 Stalkers now in my main. This is good because now if he drops up there, I can kill it. And this is kind of interesting. I got a little bit supply blocked earlier. I don't know if you noticed. And now he has 4 medevacs and a very weak army. But I have all these zealots and charge is about to finish. It would have been already finished pretty much if I had not gotten those Stalkers and instead got my Twilight Council quicker. Keep that in mind. So I have to back off here. I don't have charge. It's not quite done, and my sentries are attacking this factory for no good reason. Stupid sentries. I get bad force fields there. I can't engage. And then this engagement to actually get the good force fields, so I'm able to take them out. Then after this, you guys will notice I just basically do everything at once, and I can because I have a crazy economy. As you'll see, my production, or my harvesters goes up to about 80, I think, this game. Or 78, I guess. And I get Storm, I get my 2-2, I move in, kill any of his expansions because he can't defend them. Just Zealots alone would just be too strong for him. He tries to drop me, and I actually overreact big time to this drop. I get like, bring like 8 units. Well, I bring out 4 units from my main army, and then warp in another 4 units, I think. So then I have like 9 or 10, yeah, look at this. 10 units that are just sitting here. I leave them here for pretty much the entire game. Really not smart. He tries to engage me here, there's no way, he's just gonna be taking damage, it's not worth it. He's basically lost this game, he has nothing left except for some medevacs, whereas I'm taking the Colossus, and I already have my 3-3 going. This game's over. I come in with Archons and Storm, nothing you can do, and I take him out. Like I said, I'm gonna have the actual build order build in the description, so you're gonna have to read that, because it's just going to take me too long to actually go over and find out where I put each pylon, where I allocated each chrono boost, and I don't want to waste you guys, people that aren't as interested in that. I don't want to spend 5 minutes looking up where I put everything and then explaining why I did it. So just read the build order description. There's also, if you want more builds like this, if you want more strategies and stuff, go to my website, www.mental1coaching.com. I link basically to my YouTube channel frequently with that. But what I also do is link to streams, link to events I do. I post a blog on it's various strategies on all races, not just Protoss. So check that out. And obviously you can contact me for coaching if you're interested. That should be a given. The website called Mental1 Coaching. But yeah, I think this is all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later.